think it's like a weird power dynamic that is, I'm all for.
Let me ask you a question.
Dynamic.
Do you want a guy to open the car door for you on a date?
Yeah.
Wow, that's really harmful to the man. That's a weird power dynamic that you want, that you insist a man open a car door for you when you have agency and you have the strength to open a car door. Articulate to me why you want a man to open the car door for you.
Because it goes back further than just like...
Cars are a recent invention of modernity. They've been around for like 100 years. Goes back to when? The caveman days?
Well, obviously not.
Okay, so there's no evolutionary basis for a woman desiring a man to open the car door. So explain to me why women want...
did originate for like safety reasons.
Reasons.
Protecting the woman. No, I actually do.
She's going to blow out her shoulder opening a car door? Don't think so. Don't think so.
Do you know the history of chivalry?
Some.
To basically woo a woman that you couldn't get, that wasn't attracted to you, so you basically tried to make her attracted to you by being subservient.
I think that's very secular. Very secular.
No, that's the actual history.
I don't...
From France, the chivalrous knights.
Yeah, but like
they don't know the history.
Biblically, people would love on others to show other people that they can experience God's love.
Yeah, but biblically, that's not. We talking about where we actually know it originated historically, like where you can date it back to. It was the chivalrous knights of France. And
that's where being
the concept of chivalry, like wooing a woman, like trying to impress a woman, doing those kind of things, it dates back to, I believe, 15th century France. Might be a little earlier than that, somewhere in between the 12th and the 16th century France, chivalrous knights.
Okay, but I don't...
No, the thing is, she claims she's a boss babe, right? But the thing is, even I've told you guys so many times, even the richest, most independent boss women still expect a guy to be traditional. They don't want to be traditional. They don't want to cook. They don't want to clean. They want to save their money, but they still want a traditional guy. They want to be as modern as it gets, but they still want you as the man. And if you are not a man, they're going to say you're not a real man. You don't know how to treat a woman right, and blase, blase, blase. So that's what she's trying to do. So she's saying the man should be a gentleman, but don't expect me to be a lady. I'll do what I want, but you as the man keep being a man, a real man. Provide, protect, open my car door, kiss the feet, kiss the ground that I walk on.
I don't think women ever like demanded a man open a car door for them.
No, that's just a form of chivalry, and it all ties back into just trying to impress a woman. You're trying to be impressive to the woman.
Yeah.
You're trying to basically pedestalize her.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what opening a car door would be in a sense. It's like, Your Majesty, my queen.
Wait, so again though, how is it harmful to the woman for her to do a bow?
Because you're only thinking about yourself. That's not...
Yeah, but you're also only thinking about yourself when you want a man to pay for your bills. You're only thinking about yourself when you want a man to pay for your date. Right? You're only thinking about yourself when you want a man to protect you and open the car door. The double standards are crazy.
On the ground, I'm not saying it's going to like cause physical harm to her, but in the relationship, that's not going to be very healthy.
Nick, I can't see her, so you have to be looking out for this. Go ahead.
Sorry, I keep looking at you. That's why. But it's not going to cause a healthy relationship when you're only thinking about your experience and how you can be served instead of trying to consider her experience.
I have a couple questions.
And when both people do that, probably, do you know what? She might end up bowing for you. But when you're like, okay, I need to be bowed for, and like, I'm not going to think about how I can, bring love into this person's life. I'm just going to think about how she can make me feel better and better. That's not going to be grounds for a healthy relationship.
So you think that if a woman were to bow in a relationship, it would just be absolutely catastrophic and it would just lead to the demise of the relationship just on virtue of her bowing and the man wanting her to bow?
I don't think it would be catastrophic, but I do think that having that is like an ideal for looking for relationships is like, honestly, so like it's not good.
I don't think
It's not good. So she's saying a man asking for his woman to bow to him is harmful and it's bad. It's not good. But they never say how it's harmful for a woman to only want a man who can provide and pay her bills. The double stuff, like I don't even know how she can say that with a straight face, and she's smiling. It's like, you as a man, your preferences are harmful. Don't ask me for nothing. But me as a woman, I can have preferences and I can say I have standards, and my standards are you're gonna pay all my bills. But don't expect me to clean because that's harmful to me. Wow.
Healthy, like honestly.
I think it's just very.
You don't think it's healthy?
No, I don't think it's very
Let me ask you-
healthy
okay,
in a
so I'll ask
relationship
both of you this
for a
question.
woman to bow to a guy that's doing too much.
It's unhealthy. Okay, so what labor, like, is it physically laborious? Is it grueling to do?
I just feel like it's a slippery slope. Like
How's
you
it a
might
slippery
you might
slope?
ask her to bow for you, but then like what's next? What else are you going to be asking her to do that kind of just like lowers her ranking in the relationship?
It doesn't lower
It
her
is
ranking.
degrading
It,
her.
no, 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 no,
It's
no,
a
no.
bit degrading.
No, it actually elevates her.
No.
What do you got, Amy?
If she's
No.
bowing to you, would you bow back to
Nope.
her?
That's what my original question was going to be. Like, is this actually a fetish kink, or is this about submissive nature?
It's funny how upset they get about the bow thing.
I
So
think-
here's what's interesting.
I think you
Well,
might.
first
I'm
off,
not upset about
really
it, it's
quick,
just unhealthy.
just really quick question for you. Do you object? Obviously, you recognize there are cultures where bowing is more typical. Do you object to the bow in those cultures?
What cultures?
Like Asian cultures, for example, like Japan.
I don't know if they bow
They
to
bow.
their husbands.
I don't know
It's-
the
it's
specifics.
women
but the bowing
bowing.
is more common.
Well,
Yeah.
no, because I think that's totally different context. They're
Okay,
not.
sure. So we'll remove that from the
Yeah.
equation if you don't object to it in that context. It's cultural appropriation though.
Bow is
culturally.
a sign to respect our elders. We don't bow to our like spouses. No, like
Yeah, but I think the main thing here is a man can have whatever preferences he has, right? The same way a woman can have whatever preferences she wants to have. But as soon as a man has a preference, whether it's bowing, whether it's submission, whether it's cooking, whether it's cleaning, the women have an issue with it. They see it like slavery, controlling, and all these things. But when they say they want a guy who's 6 feet and, is going to pay all her bills, it's not an issue. It's not harmful then.
I don't get it. Like my nephews and nieces bow to me.
You're Vietnamese though, right?
I'm Chinese Vietnamese. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know the specifics of the various, the cultures, the cultural specifics of each individual country. I know there are vast differences between Vietnam, Korea, Japan, China, Thailand, Mongolia, Laos, Indonesia. I don't know. There's plenty of Asian countries. They all have different cultures. So, yeah.
If you take it
But I'm
from
not
that,
making an
like
argument of like, I'm doing this because of Asian cultures. No, this is just like some white boy shit.
But you won't answer why.
Yeah,
Why do you want her to bow?
It's his preference.
Because I want it. Do I need any other reasons?
Yes.
Well, one, because it's submissive. Because it's submissive. It's sort of a determination of her willingness to be submissive.
But what
And
is
be playful.
submission to
And be
you?
playful. It's not like some dark, twisted, demented thing.
is.
For me, how is it dark? Articulate how, like you can't just throw it out and not have a reason for it. How is it dark?
Can I chime in?
Let me no.
I just
Actually,
don't, I
wait,
just
wait.
don't
Go
know
ahead.
how
Oh,
you
no,
could
no, hold
just
on,
stand
hold on.
there and watch somebody bow to you and not feel like, God, stop that. Just stand
That's
up.
because hold on.
Stop that.
But you're viewing it through the female lens.
Mm-hmm.
You desire
You want to know
typically
something funny?
what you have
After that night, the first night that I did the podcast and you showed the bowing video, I told my husband about it,
Yeah.
and then we were acting it out together, and I bowed to him, and he felt so weird, and he was like, "Don't ever do that again."
Yeah, because maybe that's not something he wants from you, but I'm sure there are other things he wants from you that are more important to him. But if bowing is what he wanted from you, it wouldn't be weird.
And I
Okay,
was like,
cool.
"How does it make you feel when I bow to you?" He goes, he was like, I can't even describe it. It's like, I just don't want you to do it. I feel weird about myself if you bowed to me.
Before you did the bow, did you have a 5-minute conversation about how you feel? Like you told him that you think it's weird, and that you just literally.
No, I was like,
you guys were
the
talking
host
about
wants,
it, and you set up this totally inorganic bowing thing. One, he doesn't desire the bow. Two, you have opposition to the bow, so of course it was going to come off weird in that scenario. I've had women who've come on the show who said, hey Brian, I just hit the bow to my man just because I've seen it, and the husband liked it.
that is not something that women are naturally going to want to do.
So
for
you can give your circumstantial thing. I can just give you an opposite scenario where we had a woman who was on who said she hit the bow and the husband loved it. Cool.
Exactly. Anyway, man, shout out to Brian and whatever podcast. I just wanted to react to this quick video because it just goes to show how when a man wants something from a woman, they fight it so hard, and that's because they don't get anything from it. Once they don't benefit, they take offense to it. But when they want something from a man, if the man doesn't do that, then he's not a real man. He's not a provider. He's not a strong man. Whatever, shaming words they usually use. So I'll put the link down below for the full video.